We know you're the Professor of Structural Engineering at the University of Technology in Sydney, but what does your job involve?
My job involves sort of three essential components. The first one is education. I also run a research centre, one of two directors of what they call a key university research centre. That involves doing both pure research and applied research. And then I have a certain amount of administration that I have to do, just general management functions, managing other staff and students.
So what subjects did you take and enjoy at school which allowed you to get where you are now?
I don't know whether I enjoyed them all the time, but when I went through high school, you could really specialise in the last 2 years of high school. So I took physics. I had to do chemistry, which I didn't particularly like, but it does have some benefit for engineering. But physics and maths at a fairly high level. And I did a subject called industrial arts, which involves not just technical drawing, but also understanding something about industrial processes. An introduction to engineering, so it does a little bit of statics, where you understand force and effects because of it. And of course English. So. And English is important because you need to be able to express yourself effectively in engineering. It's quite an important thing. After I finished uni, there was an overlap between sort of working part-time at the last bit of uni and then going out and graduating. And I went out into what we called a field office, which looked after construction projects but also bridge maintenance. And so I learned a whole lot of things about how you maintain timber bridges, which I didn't learn at uni, and you learn a lot of other things that you don't learn at uni, because the things you learn at uni tend to be like the basic tools. And so an important part of really any university degree, but particularly engineering and the sciences, is that a part of the university training is to train you to be a lifelong learner. And a part of that's learning how to find information, how to train yourself, developing some skills by which you can pursue different areas of knowledge. After that, I went and worked as a consulting engineer, and in that I was, because my background is in civil and structural engineering, so most of what I did in that job was working for myself as opposed to someone else, and I had to learn a lot of things about how houses worked and how buildings worked. And again, I had a little bit of that knowledge from uni, but I had to learn a lot of other things from talking to other engineers, books, talking to builders, and you learn how to design things to meet different standards, different codes of practice. So some of that information you can find in a published document, but a lot of the trick is using that information, which is a bit prescriptive, and turning it into a design that's a one-off design.